My name is Craig Fortier. I'm a member of known as Illegal Toronto and a longtime friend of Alvaro. I first met Alvaro in 2007 when he was originally facing deportation, and we worked really hard to fight for him to stay here in Canada and to be able to continue his career as an incredible artist, an incredible photographer. So we're really happy to have all these folks in the room today.
Alvaro has been living downtown Toronto for the last 7 years. This has been home for him. In his lifetime, this has probably been the only home that he could feel safe at and could feel that he has a community and a family at. When he left his home country at a very young age as a young child, the only memories he had from there is memories of abuse and of hardship. He never felt that he belonged. His family did not accept him and rejected him, and they ran away from him. He was on the run for years after that in different places in different countries without any home, and the only time that he felt safe, he felt that he has a home, was in Toronto. You guys are his family. When people talk in the media about him being sent home, just have to remind them that he's going to be sent away from home. He's going to be sent to a place where he has no connection, he's alien. He might speak the language, but that's about it. He doesn't know anything about Nicaragua 15 years later. He left as a child with very little information about the country at the time. So he will basically be sent away, taken away from his family and from his home, to be sent to a strange place where the government knows about him. Our government is contacting the Nicaraguan embassy in Washington to get him a new passport, which effectively means we are telling the Nicaraguan government that we are sending you a failed refugee back to the country, and we don't know what the government there will do about that. So he will go there with his government knowing and waiting for him to come out. He will go there to a place where he was exposed in the media. Everybody, his family and his community and his neighborhood knows that he's gay, he's outed. And he's very anxious about that as well. So this is what we are doing as a country. Canada, I came here 10 years ago, and like many of us immigrants coming here, we came here because Canada is a place that we all have learned and got to know through the media and through the reputation in the world that it's this safe place that values human rights and dignity, a place where people come here to find safety. And we always talk about it in the media, everywhere, about the Canadian values, about humanity, Canadian values around protecting human rights and supporting people in need. And if anything, I mean, if there is any moment for Canada to show that value and to prove it, it is this moment. Lots of people keep saying, why him, why not others, why care about, there's so many others who are refugees, who are undocumented, who are living without status, why him? I'll say because he, out of everybody I know at least, have a very, very compelling story. He is somebody who has a home here, and he is one of the most vulnerable people I lived with. And if there's anyone that we can apply those values we're talking about, it will be him. This is Canada's moment to prove that he's that we are the country that we say we are, and we are what we believe in. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone, and thank you for the invitation to be here. As a city councillor for the local ward where Alvaro was a resident until recently he was picked up and put into the detention center, I think that it is my role and obligation to serve the community whenever I can. And in this case, we have a very young man who was fleeing an abusive situation at home at the age of 12 because of his sexual identity and because his father had made threats to kill any of his children if they turn out to be homosexual. This is a story that will, I think, and should touch each and every single one of us, whether you're lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender or not. It's about children who are needing safe spaces to grow up so they can, in turn, be good, full citizens. And the sad thing about this is that we have a situation here where Alvaro in 2007 became known prominently across the country when his application for refugee status was denied based through a teleconference hearing, and the hearing immigration board officer adjudicated over a television screen based on the fact that he didn't look gay enough. And yet we know that LGBT people in Canada, in Toronto, are often harassed or assaulted or bullied at school or sometimes killed because they're too gay. So there's a weird double standard here, and I think that we need to have some clarity. It's like, do you accept us here or not? And clearly I think that Alvaro has touched this tremendous community, and I know that there are hundreds of other people who are not here today, and I think that we need to show him some support. And I plead with the government of Canada to look at this as a humanitarian, compassionate case, and to not turn your back on LGBT people who are here in Toronto, across the country, or they're coming from somewhere else because they've chosen Toronto as a place of refuge and safety, and we need to respond to them. We've done so in the past. I know that we can do that again in the future. Let's do it today. Let's free Alvaro. Let's put him back. Let him stay in Toronto. Let him stay in Canada. This is where his community is. This is where his home is, and we love him. We want him back.
Yes, so my name is Ruth Howard, and I'm the Artistic Director of Jumbly Theatre. Alvaro came to us through a friend who introduced me to him because he was looking for experience in the arts and in community and ways to connect and develop his practice. I've been very proud to have him as part of our company and proud to help him with his own initiatives. And I can just only concur really warmly with everything that everyone's saying about Alvaro. We work with a lot of young artists, as I say, and a lot of outstanding young artists, but I actually rarely met any, and we also are really interested in supporting new arts leaders who are interested in arts and engage with community, and I've rarely met any one young person that has the combination of talent and passion and vision and ability to follow through on a brilliant idea and care for people and caliber of art in the way that he has, and that would include working with a lot of young people, in the way that he has, with living under much more adverse circumstances than most of the artists that come to us for learning. So he's really a brilliant, unusually talented, with huge potential young artist, and furthermore, an unusually, unstrikingly lovely and sweet and full of life and curiosity and passion and appetite for people and the details of the beauty in the world and in his surroundings, and able to express and share that. Also very verbally articulate. And he's a young person, as someone said, needs to be embraced by this place where he's living. It's not, he's made his home here, he's contributed, he's got a place, and this is a young person, not much older than my own daughters, and we should be making a safe home for him as we do for people who live here, as we would with any other young person, and not sending young people where it's dangerous for them to be. So he should, as I'm proud to have worked with him. Everyone at Jumbly's is behind him, loved working with him. We'd love him to be more part of our family and our arts work.
Alvaro is also somebody that provided a lot of support and a lot of artistic support for other artists in the community. Even within his very vulnerable situation, he was always interested in providing any sort of support to specifically young artists in the community. And so he's a very valuable individual for us to have here as an artist. And unfortunately, when situations like this happen, many of these artists do become scared, and then therefore are scared to showcase their artwork. So they need a lot of our support, and they need to know that we are able to provide spaces that are safe for them. So I just wanted to leave that. And beyond Alvaro, there's a lot of work that we as a community of artists and as a community of organizers, we have a big responsibility on our shoulders to carry on forward from this. Thank you.
I'm here in Ottawa, and And I noticed that Jason Kenney has just been sworn back in as the immigration minister. I have written to him asking him to allow Alvaro to stay in Canada because of his tremendous contribution to the community, not just in Toronto, but across Canada. His activism, both as an artist and as a youth gay activist, is phenomenal. His photography, his volunteer work with Soy, and the amazing mentorship that you've done for young people. He should not be deported back to Nicaragua, and he should be allowed to stay in Canada because he made a fine, wonderful, contributing Canadian citizens. I will be hopefully sometime today, I hope to, because I'm on Parliament Hill right now, I just landed here, and if I see Jason Kenney face to face today, I will make sure to tell him about Alvaro and how...
Hello, good morning everyone. Thank you for this opportunity to speak, and I would like to talk about a little bit Alvaro, my friend. I met him in 2007, and since then we become really good friends. Alvaro told me that one of his goals is to help youth like him, youth who have been through sufferings like persecution and discrimination. He wasn't, and he is not afraid to share his experience with youth guys, youth like him, who have been through many difficult times. Alvaro has been expressing through his artwork his own feeling, because sometimes words cannot do it. He crosses Honduras, Guatemala, Mexico, America, trying to find a place he can call home, and then start a normal life by going to school and being able to work close to single mothers, kids, and young teenagers, or those who are living alone on the streets. He is an accomplishment artist, and he got his major achievement when he was 12 years old. And you know why? It was because he saved his own life at that age of 12 years old. At the age when it's supposed a boy has to be on the school, has to be playing, but he has to run away in order to save his life. He says, the most important thing to me is not winning my case, but is to show other people who feel scared to speak out, letting them know that they have a choice and someone who can speak up for them. Not only about immigration issues, but about human rights, people's futures, and equal respect. We can show all the LGBT youth the level of happiness, potential, and positive life that they can reach if they just get through their difficult times. Alvaro has embraced the opportunity to provide personal, honest, and heartfelt support for all LGBT youth everywhere, and we can see from Calgary, Vancouver, Montreal, and here from Toronto. Alvaro Orozco, the 12-year-old boy who was forced to become a man, who made a decision to protect himself. He's now still hoping to find a place with rights and freedoms. The place he needs is in your hands, waiting to embrace him. It's been 13 years since he left his home, 13 long years, which is more than of his life. So I plead with you, please let Alvaro stay. Thank you.